Great day, everyone. Erskine Edwards, your community empowerment agent here. And a lot of us who with young children, grandchildren, youngsters in our family, we're looking for a place to put money, for their financial futures. So I just want to share a concept with you all that you may not be aware of. A lot of us know about the 529 plan, which is government qualified. But do we know the the good and the bad with that plan? So the good with it is that it is tax deferred. So you don't have to pay taxes on it right now. That's an excellent thing. Every policy has something good about it. So I'm not bad mouthing the 529 plan. The 529 plan not only uh, is tax deferred, but it also is great for educational purposes. If your if your child grows up and becomes a teenager or and decides they want to go to college, the 529 is excellent for their education. That's what it's for. Now, the downsides of the 529 plan is that it's tax deferred, meaning you are going to have to pay taxes on that at a later date, or they are going to have to pay taxes on that at a later date, as well as if they decide that they don't want to go to school and further their education, they have to pay penalties on it. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, I would like to share an option that we call the $1 million baby. Doesn't have to be a baby though. It could be a $1 million teenager, a $1 million youngster. It could be just a young individual that you want to put money into a policy that's going to grow tax free because you put your after tax dollars in it, never taxed again. And this policy is a 3-in-1 solution. Not only does it cover their long term care expenses, not long term care, but sorry, their medical expenses, should something medically happen to them, they're covered on that. They're covered on their college fund if they decide they want to go to college. But if they want to take the money out and fund a wedding or buy their new car or buy their first home, this policy is they're able to access money from these accounts completely tax free and penalty free. There's no taxes or penalties, right? So there's also a plan in place that gives them final expense coverage so that should something happen to them unexpectedly when they get older, there's money that'll transfer over to their next generation completely tax free. So this is something that John D. Rockefeller actually set up for his family, and they use to this day. And that's why his family is pulling from $1 trillion trust fund. This is a fund that they will never spend out because of the rules and regulations that he set back in the early 1900s. We're in 2023, and they're still living by the laws that the first wealthy Rockefeller set, which is the foundation of their wealth. So, this concept that I'm sharing with you is a concept that the Rockefellers are actually using, they're utilizing to this day. This is something that we need as average, everyday American citizens. We need more people with financial freedom, with financial stability. And how do we get that? Through knowledge. We have to open our ears and our eyes up and recognize that what we know, which is the 401ks, 403bs, uh, TSPs, thrift savings plans, all of those plans, IRAs, all of those are the same thing. They're government qualified plans, meaning they're tax deferred. So if I ask the question of do you think taxes are going to go up, down, or stay the same in the future, most of you would agree that taxes are going to go up. They're going to go up a substantial amount. So let's think about this. If we have our money in a tax deferred account and we're deciding that we're going to pay taxes at a later date when we retire, we can save up $1 million. And if taxes are at 60%, how do you feel about forking over $600,000 to the government, leaving you with only 400,000 of money that you work for your whole career? Now that doesn't sound right, does it? So wouldn't it make sense to have? Now I'm not saying that these accounts are all bad. I would never tell anybody not to take a 401k, a 403b if their company is matching them. But I would only say put whatever they're matching into it. So if it's 3%, put 3%, 5%, put 5%. The rest of the money that you would put over into those accounts, wouldn't it make sense to look at an annuity, or if you're older, an annuity, or a tax advantage strategy that's going to grow your money because you're putting after tax dollars in it, completely tax free and penalty free? Have that diversification so that, should something happen and you're laid off from your job, you can take that money, because that 401k, 403b, those tax deferred account money, that money's going to go into your bank account. So wouldn't it make sense to, you're going to have to pay taxes on it anyways. Wouldn't it make sense to take the remainder of that money and put it into a tax advantage strategy, because you already have one set up, so that that money's growing and working for you, and you can utilize it however you see fit to, without any tax obligations or penalties. And you have insurance on your life, and you have your final expenses covered, and you, like I said, you can access the money tax and penalty free. So it's like having an umbrella over any rainstorm that may be coming, because there's always a storm around the corner. The question is, will you be prepared? Erskine Edwards, your community empowerment agent here. I hope I provided you with some value and something to think about. $1 million baby, $1 million youngster, $1 million teenager, however you want to look at it, is an excellent solution to what you can put in place for your youngster's financial future, and to get that generational wealth accumulation started, so that generations to come will see more and more wealth in your bloodline. I would definitely love to share information on these accounts. No obligation, free of charge. Let's do it. I'm leaving my information in the chat box, in the message box, sorry, so that you can book an appointment with me or inquire about more information about this if you would like. And I'm an open book. I'll share all the knowledge I can to help you fully understand it. And if you would like to move forward one of these, I would more than I would be more than happy to help you get into one of these plans. So Erskine, that was your community empowerment agent. I thank you for sharing your most important asset with me, which is your time. Bye bye.